welcome to another video here on the official Student Loan Doctor channel. Listen, I'm excited because this series that we are putting out for you is really hitting the most pressing questions and topics that you guys submitted to us. So today's topic is going to be about what is the difference between a private loan and a federal loan. If I had $1 for every time I got in that question, I would be able to eradicate student loan debt myself, all right? So guys, let's get into that topic today. So listen here, if you are watching this video because you're trying to figure out, should I take a student loan that is a private loan versus federal, I'm hoping that this sheds some light on that decision. If you're watching this video because you already have a student loan and you're thinking about taking this federal loan to a private loan, I hope this sheds some light on your decision. So let me just say this: private loans professionally are the bane of my existence. Now, I don't think that they're a bad idea or product for some people, but I do think overall it is not the top tier strategy I would prefer you use to pay for college, all right? Here's the kicker. Private loan debt is given to you from private institutions, banks, credit unions, separate from the U.S. Department of Education. The U.S. Department of Education says, listen, we want to help you fund your education through a federal student loan. You guys follow? So I want you to remember, one, it comes from a private source of money. Federal loans come from a federal source of money. That's how you remember the difference between the two in terms of funding. Now, when we look at overall the value, we can see that a private loan overall has a higher interest rate than a federal loan. Now, I know you're going to probably say, well, Sonia, I saw a billboard or a notice that said 0%, 2%, 3%, or if you refinance the loan, it could be 2%. And if you already have a federal loan and you're averaging an interest rate of 3 to 8%, you know, when you get a notification or a letter or email that says 2%, you're probably thinking, oh, yeah, I think I want to do this. But do not be fooled. And I hope you're taking notes. The private loan interest rate can and will change and fluctuates by the market and the economy. And if you have issues with your credit later on in life, that can change the factors of your interest rate and repayment terms too. When a federal loan is put in place, you've signed your master promissory note, you have been locked in to this number, all right? So this is what your federal loan interest rate will be at the time in which you have signed for it. And so sometimes it's not the lowest, but it's the most protected. Brings me to my next point. A lot of people will say, well, you know what? It's easier if I just go ahead and do a private loan, X, Y, and Z. Particularly parents feel this way. Or if I refinance, it's easier to have this type of loan. And I'm going to tell you, everything easy isn't good. So what happened in the pandemic of 2020, we saw people that had left the federal systems of loans go to the private loan lenders and refinance. What we saw was something that was very heartbreaking. When the pandemic occurred, the federal student loan said, hey guys, we're going to put your loans into what's called administrative forbearance so that you don't have to worry about these student loan payments during this time. And currently, at the timing of this video, that is still occurring for most Americans. The challenge is those that had just, and I mean literally, I had a girl crying and bawling her eyes out, guys. She was so upset because she had just refinanced her loan. She left the federal system. No coverage or protection. So I know you're probably thinking to yourself, well, she could just go back to the federal loan system. That's not how it works. When she took her loan out of the federal hands and went to a private institution, there was no relief, pause, or payment for her. So throughout the entire pandemic, because her work situation did change, that's why the government had accounted for it with that pandemic pause, she still had to make her payment or else her credit would be affected. Now, I'm not saying these things to scare you. I want to make you aware that there are certain clauses and protections that are put in place should you tend to borrow a federal loan versus a private loan. The other thing is when we think about repayment terms, a lot of you don't know this, but with a federal loan, there is a cutoff period within the repayment plan you could choose that says, you know what, if your income is this, based off of this time period, you could be totally done with your student loan debt. Well, with a private loan, even if your income is this, your time period could be 20, 30 years upon the terms you have set forth. I want you guys to make yourselves aware of the small fine print and exclusions. Do not sign up for anything that seems too good to be true because you want to save some money on the front end. Overall, your best protection, your best option is a federal loan. However, if you do have to borrow a private loan, I'm not mad at it. I just want you to be aware and know what to look for. Do my interest rates change if something were to change? Will I have a prepayment penalty should I pay this loan off sooner than later? And you want to make sure that the company you're borrowing from, if you do take out a private loan, is very reputable, because you don't want your loan sold from lender to lender. And it's not as simple or protected as if that occurred with a federal lender. So guys, I hope that these this insight, these small tips about a private loan versus a federal loan was very helpful to you. So as you're making a decision, if you should borrow or if you should refinance, you now have some more insight as to what could be the best solution for you. We look forward to serving you soon in an upcoming video here on the official Student Loan Doctor channel, and we look forward to seeing you. Share below your thoughts, your questions, your feedback on the topic so that we can continue to improve this channel for you.